What's up, guys? Today I'm talking about ankle hardware removal. There's lots of information on the internet about it. I've talked about it before, but I'm gonna sum it up and give you my perspective and the pros and cons. And now I'm 8 years out from it, sort of like what my assessment is overall. So when I did it, I had my hardware removed 9 months post-op from my first surgery. I didn't have it all removed. I had 2 plates and 9 screws put in for a tib-fib fracture, and I had 1 plate and about half the screws taken out. So I've still got a plate and a couple screws in there down the back of my leg. We didn't take that out mostly for stability, because it was there and it wasn't bothering me, and so might as well leave it in. The ones that we did take out were down the side of my leg and were really bothering me. I had a screw like sticking out of my ankle, and I could feel the plate down the side of my leg, so that's what we took out. The reason why we took it out is because one, I really did feel like I could get some extra range of motion from removing it. Whether that was psychological or not, I'll never know, but I do think that I got it. So that's why. Also, another reason why is because when it was cold out, my hardware got really cold and made my muscles really tight, and so it felt really restrictive and like a huge pain. And the only way to heat up cold hardware is to manually heat it up, like with a hot water bottle or a heating pad or something. So that's annoying. So that's why I did it. The pros. I think there are 3 main pros, and it is around range of motion, the psychological benefits, and then just like overall tightness and well-being. So range of motion, I got back about 95% of my range of motion when all was said and done. So on a good day, maybe it's more like 98%, but I say I hover around 95. And I do think that getting that hardware out gave me that extra leg up. I'll never know if I would have gotten there eventually without having taken it out, but I do feel like after a month or two, after I got the hardware out, I was able to start to feel a little bit more movement. Psychologically, it also felt good to get it out, even though I didn't get it all out. I didn't like being able to see the screw, feel the plate. It felt like it was weighing me down and making it really hard to move on. And so like emotionally and psychologically, it was important for me too. And then just overall tightness, which is similar to range of motion, but I mean more for like doing yoga and my general well-being and feeling of like a very particular tightness sort of keeping me like gripped up in my ankle. I really don't like tightness. I have a lot of tightness in other parts of my body, and so I felt like I wanted to do everything I could to avoid it. The cons are around there's physical, there's financial, and there's emotional. The physical is you're doing surgery again, and that's not nothing. You're still going under anesthesia, you're still going under the knife, you're still taking all the drugs and sort of like putting your body through another trauma. Not as much of a trauma, but still a trauma. And so that's something to consider. And the healing time is way faster, the surgery time is faster, and it's not at all similar to the first surgery in the sense of you're not going to feel like total shit after you do it, in theory. I will link down below to a follow-up video that I did after my surgery and some other things that I wrote, so you can get a sense of sort of how I was feeling in the moment. But so the physical stuff is definitely something to consider. Also financially, like, I don't know what insurance you have. I don't know if it's covered, but it still is money that's going out, and it's not cheap. Surgery isn't cheap. So there's that. And then emotionally, I think that was the thing that I was the least prepared for. You read going in to surgery that like this one is so much better and it's so much easier and you can have it on a Friday and go back to work on a Monday, and you look better because you haven't been through such a trauma. And so I think people around you sort of look at you and they're like, oh yeah, you're cool. And your doctor's like, yeah, you're cool. But I personally felt like it was kind of triggering to like have to do the same icing routine, the same elevating routine, sleeping with my leg up, taking the same drugs, setting the same alarms in the middle of the night to like take the whatever. So it was like going back to a lot of the old routines, feeling kind of crummy, like, and that felt sort of unaccounted for in the process that I had researched. And so wanted to let you guys know that like, yes, it can take an emotional toll. It did on me, and you'll get over it, you'll recover, but I think that emotional one is not to be overlooked. So again, I'll link some things that I've written and recorded down below so you guys can look through it again, but just wanted to recap for everyone, and I hope it was helpful, and holler if you have any additional questions. Bye.